Namaskar and welcome to another episode of Anandamarga Dharmacast. And this is a podcast series where we look at topics in spirituality using the teaching of Shrii Shrii Anandamurti as the starting point. So today we're going to look at a discourse that he gave in 1979, and the title is "The Middle Path is the Ideal Path." He starts off with a Sanskrit verse, and usually when he does a Sanskrit verse, there are things which he really agrees with, but this time it's a little bit different. So in some prayers that people have in India, they say, "Oh Prakriti." Prakriti is really the power of nature, really. "Thou art never-ending Vishnu Maya. Thou art the seed of the universe. Thou art the cause of the universe. Thou art the supreme Maya and the supreme cosmic force. Thou hast hypnotized the creation and kept it under the clutches of enemies and fetters. The gates of emancipation open only when thou art merciful." So this is a prayer that some people make. So he goes on, he says, while addressing this Mahamaya, it is said, "Oh Mahamaya, you are the infinitely powerful, you're the seed of the cosmos, you're verily the cosmic illusion, the elemental world, this physical world, is hypnotized by your power. The doors of liberation get opened for all those who are in bondage only when you are pleased." So then he goes on and he says, let's see now how much far such statements like this stand the test of reason. There are three ways of performing an action: Dakshina Marga, which is the right-hand path; Vama Marga, the left-hand path; and Madhyama Marga, the middle path. So what is Madhyama Marga? I shall walk ahead towards my goal, and if hindrances and obstacles appear, by force I shall remove them from my path and continue on my way. And this is the middle path. In the words of Buddha, he called it Majjhima Magga. So what is the left-hand path? The left-hand path is, I shall fight against all obstacles and continue on my way, because struggle is the fundamental characteristic of life. Why should I fight? With whom? When? Where should I fight? To fight for the sake of fighting, without knowing why. This is the way of the left-hand path. So energy gets wasted in such a fight. It is necessary to fight. One has, of course, to fight when obstacles appear on the path during one's journey. But when it is not necessary, why should one fight? Okay, so there's actually three things that are illuminated here, or enumerated, you can say. So he goes on, he talks about the right-hand path. The right-hand path is, we shall not fight. We shall not fight under any circumstance. Knowing for certain that the opponent is a sinner, a criminal, I shall have an amicable understanding with him and shall win him to my side through persuasion and pacification, without any confrontation. Let the sinner or criminal realize his folly. I shall keep trying in this way. This is the right-hand path. So the verse I have quoted, he says, reflects the psychology of the right-hand path. Here the spiritual aspirant supplicates Mahamaya and flatters her, saying, "Oh Mahamaya, you are the infinite power of Vishnu. It is only by your grace that I will achieve my liberation." So, and he goes on, we have to talk more about Maya. So what is Maya? You know, in some philosophies, they say that this world is a complete illusion. It doesn't exist. It's just it's a figment, and only God is real. That's called the Mayavada, that the doctrine of Maya is everything. But what Anandamurti is talking about by Maya, Maya is really the power of nature, which is a part of the cosmic toolkit, you can say, the Shiva, consciousness and energy. So it's just part of that nature. So, and then he goes on to explain, you shall remember that the function of Maya is to cast a spell over all creatures and to bind them with greater and greater bondages. If a creature grows wise and realizes that all his sorrows and misery are due to the fetters of Maya, will Maya herself reveal the secret of liberation to the creature who is in bondage? Never. So he goes on to explain that you can't expect, if someone's holding you prisoner, they're not going to voluntarily just, oh yeah, you can go, if you say a nice word. No, you have to fight. So the struggle is needed, but the middle path is to struggle only in a systematic way that you need to do to overcome the different obstacles. So on one hand there's one path which says, oh, I'll just pray, and even we'll get onto it, but it applies more to spirituality. But let's talk about in spirituality first. So there's one side that says, oh, I'm only going to pray and hope that I'm getting liberated. And then there's the other extreme, the left-hand extreme. You've got to use the right hand for that. The left-hand extreme is, I'm just going to keep fighting. I don't care. I'll fight and fight and fight. But there's no system, and much energy is wasted. So in the spiritual path, it's very important to conserve our energy and then to overcome the different obstacles that confront us. And the life of Buddha is really a very good example of that. So you can say, he grew up in the midst of luxury, so much luxury no one could imagine. And he rebelled against it. So his first extreme in his rebellion was to become an ascetic, a monk, with extreme fasting and different kind of very austerities, very difficult. And he one time he said, I'm going to sit here and meditate until my bones go to dust. But what happened? He became weak. He couldn't meditate because he's not eating. And someone gave him some food, and then he got his strength. And then he realized the extreme luxury which he was brought up in, of course that was not the right way, but the austerity which he tried to practice in the different spiritual practices that he was exposed to on his spiritual path, on his way to enlightenment, that the extremities was not right either. If he didn't eat, he's not going to have the strength to meditate. So he said, no, I have to follow the middle path, and yes, I will struggle to attain my liberation, but I will not weaken myself by austerity or by needless fight, and certainly I will not go back to my path of just doing whatever is possible with the material world. No, I can't do that either. So that was his path. But this idea of the middle path and also the right-hand path and left-hand, it applies actually to social life. Because many times there are people, when they confront a dictator or a thug, a criminal, they say, oh, if we appease that person, if we say kind words, maybe that person, that state will be nice, they'll play nice, And then there are some people who will have let's just attack immediately, and they don't also think about what they have to do. So the wise course in this situation is the middle ground. Yes, we have to defeat this enemy, but we have to use our energy wisely. So this is the middle path. And then, yes, and people should struggle against the obstacles, and obstacles are part of this world. And this world is not an illusion. It's real, but it's relative reality. It's not the final thing. It's not, but it exists. We have to understand that. And the Maya that exists in this world is really the forces of nature, and they're arrayed against us, no doubt, but we have to wisely tackle them and to live in this world properly and to proceed in a spiritual direction. So I'll read the last paragraph, as usually most inspiring. So he says, in our contemporary society, there are those people who want to fight more in order to show the right path to others. To some extent, I can support those people who follow this left-hand path. But for the attainment of ultimate goal and the realization of Parama Purusha, God, the middle way is the ideal path. So you should remember that noble work is never accomplished through flattery. One needs to have courage, competence, and sincerity to do noble work. Of course, you will emerge victorious. Never worry about success. You have come to this world for a noble mission. So these are the words of Shrii Shrii Anandamurti, and they are very true. He spoke this in July 1979, but these words are eternal. They'll remain forever. So that's it. We should bravely face up to whatever obstacles are in our path and to overcome them in a systematic way and not try to take the easy way out by giving up completely or by trying flattery or just useless prayers and or appeasement. But we should really roll up our sleeves and do something great for our spiritual liberation and great for our social progress. That's it. That's all I have to say today. It was not that difficult of a topic. And so if you like this kind of a dialogue or discourse, give this a thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and subscribe so that you come back again. Also, whenever you are on any kind of social media platform and you interact with it, either by subscribing, liking, commenting, that helps the algorithm. There's an algorithm which determines which media you get. And so if you interact favorably with us, then more people will see it. So if you think that more people should see this kind of thing, then definitely like, subscribe, comment. And we're here on YouTube and also on all the podcast platforms. So I conclude, as always, with the yoga greeting, Namaskar. It means I salute you with my mind and all the love and cordiality of my heart. And I'll be back again. And before you go, if you haven't subscribed, do so. And you'll see on your screen there's some maybe video suggestions. You can go on, listen to some more, watch some more, learn some more things. So take care, and I hope to see you again very soon.